Welcome to Wax Off. My name is Robina Rayasat and I'm a hearing aid audiologist. I'll be talking through our earwax removal videos, so let's see some wax. Now this patient, let's call him Theon Greyjoy. Theon Greyjoy is another one of my regular patients. As you can see from the initial shot here, there isn't a lot of wax inside the ear and it's not fully blocked. You can see clearly the eardrum here. Usually this level of wax wouldn't cause any problems, but because Theon wears hearing aids, it needed to be removed. You can see there are two areas where the wax is built up and the aid was actually pushed up against the larger part of the wax on the right side. "You hear that?" Theon said to me. "I have wax in my ears. My hearing aids are starting to whistle." When the whistling starts, we know there is some sort of wax blockage in his ears, as the sound from the aids reflects off the surface of the blockage and you get this high-pitched oscillating sound, which is known as feedback, which the patient can sometimes hear themselves, like Theon could, but friends and families definitely notice that horrible sound. So we started off with the larger area of wax, and I oiled only a little as I didn't want to get into the oily mess we can sometimes have with over-oiling. So the piece of wax is moving with the end of the suction probe and bits are coming away, lots of layers of dead skin embedded in the surface of the wax, which is slowly coming away. But what we can see is that it's stuck a little further down in the ear canal, and that's why it's not coming away as easily. You can see right at the top there, it's firmly stuck, so it's one big body of wax, but that area is stopping it from allowing it to be released from the ear canal. Now I'm going back in with plan B, which is the alligator forceps. The only problem with this is that the wax is on the softer side, so you can see that as I'm clamping into the wax, it's just breaking up further into pieces rather than pulling it out. And I tried, and here it's just not latching onto it. Now I've gone back in, switching back to the suction, and it's not latching onto the blockage either. Instead, it's coming away in small pieces, and that top layer is just broken off now. I'm going in, trying a wiggling motion, and you can see it's moving more to the middle now, this blockage of wax. And if it had naturally been there initially, it would have definitely caused a full blockage in the ear, because it's quite a large piece of wax even though it was to the side. So the position of wax does make a difference. Now reverted back to the alligator forceps, which is breaking away more bits of the wax slowly. And tried it a few times just to see whether I could get it where I needed it to be to remove it in one fell swoop. But suddenly the wax moves to the left. And this is where I go in with the suction probe, and it looks like suddenly it comes away. And now you can see I'm going in to tidy up the ear canal. There's a couple of areas that I wanted to remove. On the right hand side, you can see an area of dead skin or keratin, which I'm going to see if I can remove. And part of this keratin layer is really ready to come away, but then part of it, the skin is a little raw underneath, a little pink. You can see how long it is as it comes out of the suction probe. So here I switched back to the alligator forceps and a little bit came away. But we're not going to give up so easily. I'm trying not to touch that pinky area which has slight reflection on it because that's new skin. And again, a little bit more is coming away, but not the whole piece like I would prefer it to come away at. And now we're going in a third time, and very gently, suddenly it comes away. So that was quite a big piece of keratin or skin, dead skin, and sometimes it surprises me just how much is there because you can only see a little bit. So now we're going back in. There's a darker piece of wax which is coming away quite nicely, and we're just trying to remove the remnants here. And as we're going in, removing the remnants, we have our final shot with the probe in the viewfinder, and you can see the eardrum looks nice and healthy, everything looks good there. We're just going to try to remove some of these last bits on the edge to keep it as clear as possible for Theon. Now here's the right side. Because I had somewhat difficulty in removing the left side with less oil, I decided to oil much more to make it easier, but also because the blockage on this right side is much more central, and I wanted the protection that the oil gives to loud sounds when suctioning. And apologies, there is a slight difficulty in seeing the probe tip here. Whenever I'm making these videos, as well as ensuring patient comfort as a top priority and getting the wax out, I always try to get the best angle for my subscribers to see what I'm doing. And this, I have to admit, isn't always possible. There's a lot of oil on the end of the camera, and I've just retracted just here a little bit. And you can see something is coming away, something is peeling off, you can see. And suddenly, there it is, something has come away, a bit of wax has broken off. Now we've gone back in, and again the angle is a little bit difficult. I'm almost holding open the ear canal with the probe, and there's a huge piece that is coming out there, and it almost looks like it has legs. It looks like a bumblebee, but I can assure you that's not legs. Those are just hairs that are stuck in the body of the wax, and the different tones of wax, including keratin, light colours and dark colours, which makes it look like a dead bee inside the ear. Now I'm going back in and almost lifting open the ear canal with the probe because of the difficulty of the angle during the procedure, and you can see quite a large piece has attached on the end there, and suddenly there's been something extruded from the ear canal, which was the rest of the wax because of the oil slippage. Two big pieces have come out together and one has just dropped back in. So I'm now going back in to remove that. And that's attached nicely. So there's a little bit of residue as I've gone back in to check what's going on. Just on the left side, there's a lot of oil still inside the ear canal as well, and it's just sitting at the periphery of the eardrum. So So as we go back in and we're suctioning that little residue area on the left hand side, what you can see in the background at the same time is that oil is actually moving, because it's got a little hair moving around in it which is connected to the rest of the blockage, but also because of the force of the suction probe. It's glistening and moves around in the background. Now, this oil did come out eventually. After the procedure, I usually get the patient to tilt and that removes that oil, but it's perfectly safe to keep inside the ear canal because it gets absorbed by the skin in the ear canal. Now, just a little bit of a keratin layer which has come away there, and we are finished with this procedure. So here's the final shot of the eardrum and the ear canal. Everything looks beautiful there. No problems, everything looks great, and the whistling has stopped. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate everyone who comes every week on a Thursday or a Friday to watch my videos. Please do continue to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.